Damian Mason with a response to Michael Bloomberg using plenty of gray matter. By now you've seen the video. It was shot in 2016, just released here in the last several days. Michael Bloomberg is on a stage discussing the evolution of our economy, and he's disrespectful and maybe even insulting to industrialization and the business of agriculture. About industrialization, he talks about how it's changed, and it's no longer just put something on a lathe and produce something. And how agriculture, he said, no offense to anyone, but I could teach anyone in this room how to farm. You dig a hole, put a seed in it, cover it up with dirt, and put water on it. Then he said, not a lot of gray matter there. My friends in agriculture took this as a personal insult. You're insulting our intelligence. You are disrespecting our industry. I saw that, and I don't disagree. I actually do agree with Mr. Bloomberg in one sense. He really was trying to point out that our economy continues to evolve. We know that we have less people farming than we ever have had in the United States because the few can do so much for the many based on our technological and innovative approach to food production. He didn't say it quite as articulately as well articulated as that, but he did make that point somewhat. I'm a former factory worker, and I'm a farm guy. And I know that I have advanced my gray matter by attending a land-grant university, as many of my peers in agriculture have. The land-grant university system was created by the Morrill Act in 1862, and the mission was to advance the agricultural and mechanic arts. In other words, industrialization and food production. You see, there is a great deal of gray matter out here in agriculture. It's just that Mr. Bloomberg, who is a 78-year-old billionaire who was raised in a very affluent background, who tried to compare himself to average people a couple of weeks ago when he talked about his mother playing Scrabble with the maid. Oh, yes, Michael Bloomberg, you're a man of the people. Michael Bloomberg doesn't get what we do, but he's never had to do it. And that's the benefit of advanced agriculture in our country. We have done so much with so few for the many that we could create things like Bloomberg, the media empire, or also Google or any other company, Amazon. Let's just talk about this. All capable because of what we've done. We are the foundation. Industrialization and agriculture are the two foundations that made the United States of America the economic superpower that it is. We have 25% of the global economy right here in the United States with just 4.3% of the globe's population. Think about that. We are economic overachievers, economic Goliaths, because nobody has to worry about their food and industrialization comes easy to us. We make a lot of stuff. That's good. That means that now, because your food and your stuff is all produced for you, you can go out and grow the next Google. Michael Bloomberg would do well to get off his egalitarian, elitist high horse and at least for 1 second realize, I shouldn't say things like that. I was talking about an advancing economy, but the reality is, yes, I should not have simplified what you do in agriculture. Now, I heard some of the emotional response by my peers. Well, he wouldn't know how to farm. Well, yeah, but would you know how to found a $62 billion media empire? Let's not say that he's incapable. It's just that you're right. He was disrespectful to us. When we respond emotionally, it doesn't help us. Let's make sure that we have a response that is more measured and also has a degree of gray matter. I don't like this any better than you. One of my biggest problems has always been that we, in the business of agriculture, are maligned, we're misunderstood, and we're sometimes disrespected. Even worse when we're called hicks or bumpkins or treated so poorly by people that understand the amazing amount of knowledge and information and learning that happens out here in the fields and on the ranches of America's farms and ranches. I'm Damian Mason, responding to Michael Bloomberg with gray matter. I'm the author of Food Fear. In fact, I have a chapter in this book about Michael Bloomberg and the food police, which should terrify you and bother you a great deal more. A person that wants to control how many ounces of soda you are allowed to consume per day maybe is going to be worse for agriculture than just the little statements that you heard him make, simplifying and disrespecting what you do. Pick up Food Fear. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Damian Mason. Until next time.